What's up everyone, Kasem with Digital Gladiator here today to come to you with another video. So let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about starting a client SEO agency. So the first step when you're starting an agency is what we're going to be talking about today. And this is something I get asked not all the time, but sometimes. So I thought I'd cover it in a quick video so I can direct anyone to it if they have this question in the future, and maybe you have this question and that's why you're watching this. So starting an agency, you have two choices, right? You can either go into a general agency, which is catering to all niches, any niche that comes to you, whether it be lawyers, dentists, roofers, plumbers, anything. They come to you, say, hey, I need SEO, I need some sort of digital marketing services, and you can cater to that, right? Or you can be a niche agency, and this is specializing in one niche, which is just like a basic, you're specializing your specialty agency, right? And this is specifically just talking about the niches, all right? I'm not going to go into any other details here of services to offer, anything, not in this video, maybe in the future if you guys want to see that, but in this video specifically niches. So first choice here, general agency. Let's talk about that for a second. You have a larger target market, right? Theoretically, you're working with anybody who comes to you, right? So if a lawyer comes to you and say, hey, I really need SEO for my law firm, we're in Florida or we're in Texas, we need you to rank us for this term, and you say, okay, yeah, I can do that. Let's get on a call. You talk to them and you work with them. Plumber comes to you, same deal, right? And theoretically, that would mean that you can build a larger clientele. We'll talk about that at the end in more detail. But theoretically, yeah, you can build a larger clientele, which should mean more money, right? Don't come to that conclusion yet. Hold your horses, guys. Hold your horses. But let's get into this second one, and then we'll do a little summary at the end. So, a niche agency. All right, some of you beginners might be thinking, "Whoa, hadn't even thought of this." This is something you should think about, right? If you're only working with one niche, whether it be lawyers, roofers, plumbers, you can brand yourself to that niche. So you can call yourself the name of your agency could be like lawyer marketing or roofers are us or something like that. I don't know, guys. I'm not paid to come with names here, right? But you can brand yourself to that niche. So that's one benefit right there. You're seen as the authority because you only work with roofers or plumbers or lawyers, so you are going to be just naturally more of an authority for that niche. And like lawyers know lawyers, dentists know dentists, so you can say to one of your clients, like, hey, I know you guys other dentists in the area that aren't competing with you. Like if they're a dentist in Texas, they might go to some convention and they meet some other dentists in that state, and they're not directly competing with them, so they'd be fine to refer you to them and say, hey, this guy, hey, Bob the dentist, this guy who works with me, he ranked me for this really awesome SEO term, and I'm getting a bunch of business. You should try him out too. Give him a call, and then you get referrals like that. Of course, that can be the same with general agency, but with the niche agency, you're just seen as a little bit more credible, and you can even charge more because you're a specialist, right? So that's why like let's see, I'm trying to think of an example here. So a regular, just all jack of all trades who just does home repairs, right? They're not gonna be able to charge as much as someone who is a roofer and they're doing a roof repair, right? Because that person is a specialist. So when you're a specialist, you can command that price that normally, if you're jack of all trades, if you have a general agency, you're not going to be able to command that at least as easily. If you're a great salesman, that's a different story. But if you're a great salesman and you own a niche agency, then the sky's the limit. You can charge whatever you're worth and more. So there's that. But there's the con. You're limited to that niche, right? And we'll talk about that right now. So what should you do? This is the summary. What should you do? I just gave you some information on 2 ways to start an agency. Either general, where you're working with everyone, or niche, where you're working with a specific niche, whatever that niche may be. What should you do? Well, you just gave me all this information, Kasem. What the heck do I do with it, right? So the answer isn't black and white. They both do work, and they have their benefits. Like I said, with a niche agency, you can command higher price point. You can get clients a little bit easier because you're seen as an authority, and clients may come to you a little bit more easily. And then if you're competing with a general agency for a lawyer's business, you just work with lawyers. The general agency works with everyone. The lawyer is going to lean to you because you know the lingo, you know that side of business a little bit more because you're only in a niche. That's all you work with. So generally, you're going to know it a little bit better and more in depth. If I were starting today, let's just answer that. If I were starting today, what I would do is I would start a niche agency, because like I've mentioned throughout this video, it's a lot easier to get clients, in my opinion, when you're specialized. So to start out and get clients, it's a little bit easier. Of course, it's not going to be a walk in the park. You need to have a strategy. You need to have outreach methods that you use, and you still need to refine. You still need to test them. But it is a little bit easier. And then once you get going, once you have 2, 3, 4, 5 clients, then you can really start to ramp up and become seen as that authority, and you get referrals, and it just stacks. And then you're just the roof. You're gonna blow the roof off the house or the mansion, everything, right? So that's really all there is to that. Of course, I'm not saying you can't start a general agency. If you did start one and you landed a client, great. If you haven't landed a client yet, I'm not saying you can't. I started a general agency. I landed a client, so it's not. I know guys who are making 7 figures a year with a general agency, so it's not bad, right? But I would say that a niche agency does have a little bit more benefits, especially when starting out. So that's just something to think about. If you do have any questions, make sure to comment in the comment section below, or ask in our Facebook group. If you haven't joined it, come on, man, what are you doing? If it's his first video you're watching, we do have a Facebook group, and the link's in the description. You can join that. It's great. You can ask questions in there. I post free value in there all the time. So make sure to do that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Come on, just subscribe. Just do it. And stay tuned for some more content. Make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when we add new content. Make sure to click the bell so you get that notification, all right? And that's really it for today, guys. New videos every Monday. Peace.